You are now listening to 1 Timothy 4:13 Project with the undershepherds of the Cathedral of Praise Philippines, Pastor David E. Sumrall and Sister Beverley Sumrall with Pastora Alisha Sumrall-Lozano.
Good evening. Welcome again to Project 1 Timothy chapter 4. I'm Pastor Sumrall, the pastor at the Cathedral of Praise, and thank you again so much for our time together. We're going to get straight into Pastor A tonight, giving us some wisdom from Proverbs, and then we pick up in Exodus chapters 4, 5, and 6. These Old Testament passages are a lot longer than the New Testament, so we do need to move along quickly. Pastor A.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Pastora A, and today we are stepping into the Book of Proverbs, where God's wisdom meets daily life. So let's get started. Today we're going to take a look at Proverbs 3, verse 17 to 18. It says, "She will guide you down delightful paths. All her ways are satisfying. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly." Now, right away, what we see here is wisdom is a guide, because it says she will guide you. Now, what I like is what she guides us to. She doesn't guide us to bad paths, but to good paths. It says again, delightful paths. All her ways are satisfying. Now, let's think of that. That means her path is not full of strife. It's not full of bitterness. It's not full of anger. It's not full of cheating. It's not full of compromise, but it is a delightful path that makes you satisfied in life. How many of us desire to be satisfied, to be delighted? Well, then let wisdom be our guide in Jesus' name. Now, it doesn't end there. Wisdom wants to do even more for us in our life. Verse 18, wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly. Now, we see here in verse 18, it is one thing to find wisdom, and it's another thing to hold fast to it, to hold on tight, to not let go. You know how like a little child would hold on to their mommy or their daddy? No, I don't want to go with the other person. Mommy, daddy. And they hold on tight. That's how we should be with wisdom. Why? Because life flows from wisdom. What does it say again? Wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly. Now, what is the importance of the tree of life? What is the importance of life flowing here? We need to catch this. A tree of life is a flow of wisdom, and we need a flow of life to be in our life. Wisdom leads us down the path of peace, the path of life, the path of satisfaction, and it desires to pour out life into us. And where life is, things live, things grow. So we should desire to let her lead, and we should desire to hold on tight so that we will be happy, satisfied, and delighted. So my question for you today is, are you holding on to wisdom? Are you letting it guide you? Let's now head over to Pastor Sumrall.
Our Old Testament passage tonight picks up in Exodus chapter 4. God has spoken to Moses and God has told him what to do. But now in chapter 4, Moses begins to have a little bit of a discussion with God. But Moses protested again. What if they won't believe me or listen to me? What if they say the Lord has never appeared to you? No, every leader is going to go through this. What if they don't believe me? What if they won't listen to me? What if they say I'm lying? The Lord asked him, "What is that in your hand?" "A shepherd's staff," Moses replied. Now this is where a beautiful truth of a shepherd's staff becoming God's staff. This is the beginning of the story of God's staff. "A shepherd's staff," Moses replied. "Throw it down on the ground," the Lord told him. So Moses threw it down, the staff, and it turned into a snake. Moses jumped back. Then the Lord told him, "Reach out and grab its tail." So Moses reached out and grabbed it, and it turned back into a shepherd's staff in his hand. "Perform this sign," the Lord told him. "Then they will believe that the Lord, the God of their ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has really appeared to you." Verse 6. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Now put your hand inside your cloak." So Moses put his hand inside his cloak, and when he took it out again, his hand was white as snow with severe skin disease. "Now put your hand back into the cloak," the Lord said. So Moses put his hand back in, and when he took it out again, it was as healthy as the rest of his body. The Lord said to Moses, if they do not believe you and are not convinced by the first miraculous sign, they will be convinced by the second sign. So again, I want you to notice, God knows. And if they don't believe you or listen to you, even after these two signs, then take some water from the Nile River and pour it on the dry ground. When you do, the water from the Nile will turn to blood on the ground. So here's the first of the water turning to blood. Now later, the entire Nile is going to turn to blood. So here is the first of the blood water. But Moses pleaded with the Lord, "Oh Lord, I'm not very good with words. I never have been, and I'm not now. And even though you have spoken to me, I get tongue-tied, and my words get tangled." Then the Lord asked Moses, "Who makes a person's mouth? Who decides whether people speak or do not speak, hear or do not hear, see or do not see? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go. I will be with you as you speak, and I will instruct you what to say." But Moses again pleaded, "Lord, please send someone else." Now, I want you to notice, Moses is using his lack of ability as an excuse. And God says, "No, I'll give you the ability." And then finally Moses quit with the excuses and just bluntly said, "God, I don't want the job. I won't do it. I don't want the job. Send somebody else." Then the Lord became angry with Moses. Now only then. As long as Moses was saying, "What if?" and "What about the fact that I can't speak well?" God doesn't get angry. But when Moses gets rebellious and says, "No, I don't want the job," then the Lord became angry with Moses. "All right," he said. "What about your brother Aaron the Levite? I know he speaks well." Again, God knows. "And look, he's on his way to meet you now." Again, God knows. "He will be delighted to see you." Again, God knows. Three things God just knows and tells Moses. Now, let me just back up here for just a moment. Every one of us who has ever done anything of any magnitude for God will tell you, never in our lives have we felt capable. Sometimes you church members look at us and they think, "Oh, look at all of their abilities and look at all that they can do." Any man or woman of God who's done great things for God will tell you that we've all been through this. I'm not up to the task. I'm not capable. But God is the one who makes us capable. The one thing that God asks of us is to never say no. I've always told you about how I pray a constant prayer in my life. Lord, if there's anything nobody else wants to do, there's something that needs to be done and nobody else wants to do it, give it to me, Lord, so that your work is done. I've lived that way since I was 18 years old, praying that prayer. I don't ever want to be at a place in my life where I look at God and say, "No, I don't want the job." Now, young people, I'm going to say something really ugly to you for just a minute. If God has called you, don't say no. Peter's generation, young professionals, don't look at the BGC lifestyle and tell God no. Don't look at your dreams and tell God no. That'll get God upset. God can handle everything else. God can take care of every lack of ability you have, and God will bless you more than you can ever think or imagine. But don't ever tell God no. Verse 15, talk to him. Moses, you talk to Aaron, and put the words in his mouth, and I will be with both of you as you speak. Now, he said, Moses, you're not getting out of this. You're both going to have to speak. I'll send somebody to help you, but you're both going to have to speak. And I will instruct you both in what to do. Now, here is one of the most beautiful principles of leadership that I know in the Scripture. God said, I will teach you both in what to do. Not just what to say, in what to do. Now, some of you go, Pastor, how do you know that this is what we're supposed to do? Because God instructs me. Jesus said, I only do what I see my Father doing. God instructs us in what he wants us to do, in what he's involved in. At this point in Moses' life, he was involved in coming down and helping his people come out of Egypt. So he instructs Moses in how to lead the people out of Egypt. I absolutely love this. Aaron will be your spokesman to the people. He will be your mouthpiece, and you will stand in the place of God for him, telling him what to say. He said, now listen, Moses, you're going to still have to be involved here. You're going to have to tell Aaron what to say. And take your shepherd's staff with you and use it to perform the miraculous signs I have shown you. He said, now listen, Moses, I gave you a tool here. Don't forget the shepherd's staff. Now again, the shepherd's staff is later going to become the staff of God in just a few verses. Verse 18, Moses went back home to Jethro, his father-in-law. Please let me return to my relatives in Egypt, Moses said. I don't even know if they're still alive. Go in peace, Jethro replied. Before Moses left Midian, the Lord said to him, return to Egypt, for all those who wanted to kill you have died. So God tells him it's safe, takes the fear out of his life. So Moses took his wife and sons and put them on a donkey and headed back to the land of Egypt. In his hand he carried the staff of God. Now, notice, it's no longer called the shepherd's staff. It's no longer called Moses' staff. Now it's called the staff of God. Now, this is a very special story to trace through the scriptures. Verse 21. And the Lord told Moses, when you arrive back in Egypt, go to Pharaoh and perform all the miracles I have empowered you to do. But I will harden his heart, so he will refuse to let the people go. Then you will tell him, this is what the Lord says, Israel is my firstborn son. I commanded you let my son go so he can worship me. But since you have refused, I will now kill your firstborn son. Now people always wonder, why did God kill the firstborn of everything in Egypt? Because Egypt was trying to kill his firstborn son with their harsh treatment, with the murder of their babies. All right, so why did the firstborns die? Look at how Egypt treated Israel, killing God's firstborn. On the way to Egypt, at a place where Moses and his family had stopped for the night, the Lord confronted him and was about to kill him. But Moses' wife Zephora took a flint knife and circumcised her son. She touched his feet with the foreskin and said, now you are a bridegroom of blood to me. Now, some people say, why did God almost kill him? Because Moses was violating the covenant of circumcision. Moses had not circumcised his son. This was the sign of the covenant. So I want you to notice, even a man of God has to obey the commandments of God, okay? When she said a bridegroom of blood, she was referring to the circumcision. After that, the Lord left him alone. Now the Lord had said to Aaron, go into the wilderness to meet Moses. So Aaron went out to meet Moses at the mountain of God and embraced him. So notice, there's a partnership, a spiritual partnership that begins between Moses and Aaron. But that partnership began at the mountain of God. That partnership began in the presence. Spiritual partnerships are born in the presence of God. Moses then told Aaron everything the Lord had commanded him to say, and he told him about the miraculous signs the Lord had commanded him to perform. Then Moses and Aaron returned to Egypt and called all the elders of Israel together. Aaron told them everything the Lord had told Moses, and Moses performed the miraculous signs as they watched. Then the people of Israel were convinced that the Lord had sent Moses and Aaron. When they heard that the Lord was concerned about and had seen their suffering, they bowed down and worshiped. Now, this is something leaders must tell the people, that God is concerned and that God sees. The people's hearts are touched when they know that God cares. Chapter 5, verse 1. After this presentation to Israel's leaders, Moses and Aaron went and spoke to Pharaoh. They told him, this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Let my people go so that they may hold a festival in my honor in the wilderness. Is that so? Retorted Pharaoh. And who is the Lord? Why should I listen to him and let Israel go? I don't know the Lord, and I won't let Israel go. Some things never change, beloved. The world doesn't care about anything God says. But Aaron and Moses persisted. The God of the Hebrews has met us, they declared. Now remember, the term Hebrews is used here. The Egyptians hated the Hebrews. All right, got to remember that. And they're afraid of them. So let us take a 3-day journey into the wilderness so we can offer sacrifices to the Lord our God. If we won't, he will kill us with a plague or some sword. Pharaoh replied, Moses and Aaron, why are you distracting the people from their task? Get back to work. Look, there are many of your people in the land, and you are stopping them from their work. Now, this is the world's attitude toward worship. The world's attitude toward worship is you're distracting the people from productivity. That same day, Pharaoh sent this order to the Egyptian slave drivers and the Israelite foremen. Do not supply any more straw for making bricks. Make the people get it themselves, but still require them to make the same number of bricks as before. Don't reduce the quota. They are lazy, and that's why they are crying out, let us go and offer sacrifices to our God. Load them down with more work. Make them sweat. that will teach them to listen to lies. This is how you control people. So the slave drivers and foremen went out and told the people, "This is what Pharaoh says. I will not provide any more straw for you. Go get it yourselves. Find it wherever you can, but you must produce just as many bricks as before." So the people scattered throughout the land of Egypt in search of stubble to use as straw. Meanwhile, the Egyptian slave drivers continued to push hard. "Meet your daily quota of bricks, just as you did when we provided you the straw," they demanded. Then they whipped the Israelite foremen they had put in charge of the work crews. "Why haven't you met your quotas either yesterday or today?" they demanded. Now notice, leadership suffers for the failure of those they lead. They didn't whip the people, they whipped the foremen. Verse 15. So the Israelite foreman went to Pharaoh and pleaded with him. "Please don't treat your servants like this," they begged. "We are given no straw, but the slave drivers still demand make bricks. We're being beaten, but it isn't our fault. Your own people are to blame." Pharaoh shouted, "You're just lazy. That's why you're saying, 'Let's go and offer sacrifices to the Lord.' Now get back to work. No straw will be given to you, but you must still produce the full quota of bricks." The Israelite foreman could see they were in serious trouble when they were told, "You must not reduce the number of bricks you make each day." As they left Pharaoh's court, they confronted Moses and Aaron, who were waiting outside for them. The foreman said to them, "May the Lord judge and punish you for making us stink before Pharaoh and officials. You put a sword into their hands, an excuse to kill us." Now, notice, when people have hard times, they take it out on the leaders. Then Moses went back to the Lord and protested, "Why have you brought all this trouble on your own people, Lord? Why did you send me? Ever since I came to Pharaoh as your spokesman, he has been even more brutal to your people, and you've done nothing to rescue them." But beloved, all the way back from chapter 3, verse 19, God told Moses from the very beginning, this is what it was going to be like. Chapter 6, verse 1. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Now you will see what I will do to Pharaoh. When he feels the force of my strong hand, he will let the people go. In fact, he will force them to leave his land." And God said to Moses, "I am Yahweh, the Lord. I appeared to Abraham, to Isaac, and Jacob as El Shaddai, God Almighty. But I did not reveal my name Yahweh to them." So these guys had partial revelations. Verse 4. "And I reaffirmed my covenant to them. Under its terms, I promised to give them the land of Canaan, where they are living as foreigners. You can be sure that I have heard the groans of the people of Israel, who are now slaves to the Egyptians, and I am well aware of my covenant with them. Therefore, say to the people of Israel, I am the Lord. I will free you from the oppression, and I will rescue you from the slavery in Egypt. I will redeem you with a powerful arm and great acts of judgment. I will claim you as my own people, and I will be your God. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God, who has freed you from your oppression in Egypt. I will bring you into the land I swore to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I will give it to you as your very own possession. I am the Lord." Now what a message! I will free you. I will rescue you. I will redeem you. I will claim you. I will be your God. I will bring you into the land. Look at these beautiful I wills of God. What a sermon of encouragement to the people of Israel, and forgive me, and to us today. Verse 9. So Moses told the people of Israel what the Lord had said, but they refused to listen anymore. They had become too discouraged by the brutality of their slavery. So here is this amazing message from God. God's I wills that should have lifted the people into the heights of joy and rejoicing in his promises. But they weren't listening. And why weren't they listening? They had become too discouraged by the brutality of their life. Now, sometimes as leaders, we need to understand hard times close ears. Hard times close hearts. That's something you have to get a hold of in life. And you just have to keep preaching and keep encouraging the people. Hard times close ears and close hearts. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go back to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and tell him to let the people of Israel leave his country." "But Lord," Moses objected, "my own people won't listen to me anymore. How can I expect Pharaoh to listen? I'm such a clumsy speaker." And the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, gave them orders for Israelites and for Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. And the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt. Now, God's response to the people not listening? He didn't change his promise. See, sometimes, beloved, when we're faithless, he's faithful. And I just look at this and I go, would you look at what a wonderful God. The people of Israel were so discouraged, they closed their hearts to listen. Moses was discouraged and said, the people won't listen to me anymore. Moses is discouraged. He said, I'm a clumsy speaker. But God doesn't change his plan for Israel. Lead the people of Israel out of Egypt. When we're faithless, he's faithful. Beloved, some of you need to understand, he's never changed his promise for your life. Father, tonight I ask that you lift the heads of your people. Some among us listening right now, Lord, they're so discouraged. They're so discouraged by everything they've been through. Father, in Jesus' name, lift their heads. Lift the heads of your people, Lord. All the hurt and all the pain they've been through. Father, just let your presence come upon them tonight and bring healing back to their hearts and encouragement. You're the God of eternal encouragement, Lord. Encourage their hearts and let them see your plan for their life has never changed. In Jesus' name. Good night, beloved. God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow night.
Thank you for joining us today on the 1 Timothy 4:13 project with the under-shepherds of the Cathedral of Praise Philippines, Pastor David E. Sumrall and Sister Beverley Sumrall with Pastora Alisha Sumrall-Lozano. Catch their podcasts on all leading podcast platforms and listen through DZBR 531 or tune in online at www.bible.radio. The Cathedral of Praise is a church fully committed to Jesus Christ and His Word. Our main campus is located at 350 Taft Avenue, Metro Manila, Philippines. For a full list of COP campus locations and service schedules, visit us at cathedralofpraisemanila.com.ph. Tune in again tomorrow for another inspiring reading from the Old Testament and Proverbs.